So before anyone asks, the way I based which episode is which is kind of based off the Wikipedia. What people don't really realize is that the first episode of Rebels was a double episode, so that's why I'm on episode 12 instead of 11, which it really doesn't matter. It kind of depends on how you see it or how you view the episode. A lot of people didn't get to see that double episode, which was kind of like a movie back in early summer, and there was such a huge gap between that and season 2 that a lot of people kind of forgot about it and don't really consider it a part of season 2. And that's just something I wanted to let you know. So Rebels is back for a mid-season premiere. This time we get a familiar face in the franchise. Princess Leia makes her way to Lothal to meet up with the Ghost Group. Kanan and Ezra decide to hide in stormtrooper outfits and make their way to meet up with Leia. She has Kanan and Ezra steal the ships for her while she talks to the commander for the reason coming onto the planet, because she is from Alderaan and she wasn't technically supposed to be here because they can easily suspect her of being part of the rebellion. But the Empire decides to put on gravity locks to prevent any ships from being taken, as well as putting walkers for extra protection, just in case the rebels make it through. They make their way back only to be met by more stormtroopers who have taken over the area from the last episode. The governor and Chopper have been caught and are sent to being terminated. Kanan decides to take over and to talk to them in order to get them out of trouble, to basically take them. It only works for so long before it becomes too late to save them, but luckily just in time Hera shows up and engages the stormtroopers so the team can get out of there. Zeb and Sabine take on the troopers while they all team up to have a plan to get out of the situation. They make it so it looks like they're being taken hostages and kidnap all of them, including Princess Leia, and the troopers wouldn't suspect anything that way. Later on, Leia confronts Ezra because she found out about his parents and she knows him from the recordings, and she even motivates him to have a reason to fight again. This was definitely a moment where they really took advantage of using Leia, not just by having a memorable character, but really incorporating her to be an influence on the main characters. And so afterwards, they make their way back to Leia's ships, as well as getting all the other ships. So they split up to take down the gravity lock and even the walkers, so they have a chance to escape. Sabine takes the ship and gets away, but one of the walkers gets back up and even begins to shoot the ghost ship. Kanan takes on the walker with his lightsabers, which easily takes it down very quickly and easily, and even begins to take on the other one. But as he makes his way to the next one, Ezra uses the Force to kind of show off to steal the other troopers' weapons, and for the most part it works. But when the backup arrives and orders the walkers to shoot down the ships, they take down the walkers, and Leia pretends that the rebels are trying to steal their ships by having Ezra basically stun her to make it look like she had no part in it. And so after they escape, the governor decides to fight with the rebellion, kind of realizing that he's kind of been wasting his time on Lothal, being a loner on there, and he decides to join the group, and the group leave with their new ships that will lead to the further development of the rebellion that we get to know in the movies. I actually really enjoy the pacing of season 2, and the addition of Leia was actually very well done, and even made it more interesting seeing her being involved in the rebellion before just being captured in the movies. We are seeing the rebellion get bigger and slowly become stronger as they are using a new technique to take on the Empire. This has been a great start to the second half of the season, and I only have a feeling it will get better and better from here on out. So that's the mid-season premiere of Star Wars Rebels Season 2, and next week we're getting the next episode, which I'm sure is going to be just as interesting. And see you next week.